I remember being a little girl, immigrating from the Philippines, and moved into this very Italian neighborhood. One day, my friends came and asked me if I wanted to help them actually jar my own their tomato sauce, not my own. So I did, and I was just amazed by this whole process. I mean, it was just a field of tomatoes in their back garage. We washed them and prepped them and then put them through this very archaic looking machine, and out came this most divine tomato sauce. And we feasted that night, and we also got a couple jars that we were able to take with us and enjoy throughout the year. And so that experience is very dear to me. And that's the beautiful thing about living in a multicultural place, is that other people's cultures and traditions can be part of your own. So it's very important for me to carry on that tradition because of the feeling it gave me when I was a little girl. And it also helps that my husband loves my tomato sauce. So basically, if you are going to be doing this in your back garage, there probably will be other videos that are more helpful. But if you have limited space, then this is perfect, because this is perfect canning for apartment living. I live in Manhattan, very limited space, as you will be able to see. And so here are some tips on how to can in your apartment if you're really up for it, because really nothing beats homemade. Okay, so what I have here are my sterilized jars. Now you can either sterilize them in boiling water for 10 minutes, or you can put them in the sanitize function if your dishwasher has one, or the antibacterial. I have all my tomatoes which have been washed. Now here I have my counter space which has been cleaned, and I've also lined it with garbage bags because I just don't want all the extra mess and cleanup. I have a sink here which I have sterilized and is ready for my tomatoes to go into. And the reason why I keep on saying sterilized is because it has to be clean. The jars have to be clean. You're going to be keeping this tomato sauce for probably the best part of a year, and you need to ensure that what it's being kept in is as free from bacteria as possible. So cleanliness is key. Now I have boiling water, and what I'm going to do is score my tomatoes, boil them, remove the skins, and then put them in the blender and then transfer them into the pot with some salt, a little bit of vinegar, and boil it for about 2 hours while on low, actually simmer, while I remove the scum. I'll be having photos and everything for you to look at all along the way. This is the basic way to do it, the steps if you want to do it at home in your apartment, and it's super duper delicious.
Come da fa capire chi te va bene, se tu la parla miezza americano, quando si fa l'amore sotto la luna, come da bene in capo di I love you, papà l'americano. Papà l'americano. Papà l'americano.
Okay, so I'm done the bulk of the work. As you can see, it's important that you do cover your work surface with clean garbage bags because it's a pretty messy job. So now I have all my tomato sauce over here. So I've managed to get 2 big pots plus a mini guy over there. And this stuff here, it's foam. All that stuff coming off the edges. It's like the scum, and we don't want that because gonna make our sauce go bad. It's dispelling it for a reason. So once I get most of the foam out, I'm gonna add some salt and some vinegar, just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon of vinegar and salt. And then I am going to bottle. Okay, so this is the finished product. And what I didn't show you was that in each of the jars, I put fresh, clean basil, which I washed and patted dry. I love canning my tomato sauce with basil because it just infuses it with more flavors and just makes it overall more delicious. I use about 2 for jars like this and maybe 5 for the big ones. I know I love basil. So what I did was I cleaned the rims, I put it into a canning pot, and what that does is it makes this center pop, and it works to preserve the tomato sauce. And now with this finished product, it can be kept in your kitchen pantry, which should be, you know, a cool, dark place, for up to a year, maybe a bit more, but if it's as good as mine, which I'm sure it will be if you follow all these steps, it will be so good, you'll be finished within that time. So no worries there. This is it. It took about 5 hours to make, but it was completely and utterly worth it.